So can you really get those cool long exposure seascape photos with just your phone? Well, you might need at least 1 or 2 small pieces of gear, but absolutely, yes, you can. And today we're gonna try just that. So these days, the camera in your phone is extremely powerful. But what if you want to take it one step further? Today, I'm going to cover the gear you might need, the camera settings you're going to want to use, and the techniques you're going to want to employ, and some tips and tricks. So there's gonna be a few pieces of gear you might wanna get, but you don't have to spend a lot of money at all. You're definitely gonna need some sort of tripod. This one here is an old brass one I got off eBay for like $5. I mean, you don't have to spend much. You can go on Facebook Marketplace, or something like this, which has a little stand. I mean, just any way to get your phone still. You can lean it on something or prop it up, but you're gonna get tired of that real quick. So go pick yourself up something cheap, semi-sturdy. Don't get those real light ones, but like this. Get something semi-sturdy and you should be okay. And other than that, you're gonna need a way to get your phone onto the tripod. Like this one has a built-in clip, and that'll just hold your phone right there. This here I got for a couple bucks somewhere, cheap as can be. You can find them anywhere. That's all you really need is a tripod and a way to put your phone on your tripod, and you can get it done. You can use one more piece of gear to really open up a bunch of fun, and that's an ND filter. This here I'm using is a variable ND filter. I got it for $5 from China. Super cheap, you don't have to spend a lot of money. Again, I got a variable ND for this phone because I shoot video on this phone a lot, but if you're just gonna be shooting photos, I'd probably go with a fixed ND. Just get like a 6-stop, and that's a good all-arounder for doing these types of photos. And a bonus piece of gear is a circular polarizer. And what that's gonna do is get rid of glares on wet surfaces like rocks and sand. You can control the reflection amount in water reflections and things like that. Again, you can get these pretty cheap that clip right onto your phone, so not too much of an investment to have a ton of extra fun. Here we go. So let's quickly go over some of the camera settings that I'm using here. So you're gonna wanna use Pro Mode, and if your camera does not have Pro Mode, go look for an app that gives you access to your manual controls. There's tons to choose from, free, so just go find an app that gives you access to all the manual controls in your camera. So once you have access to the manual controls, that's where you can really make the magic happen. So let's go through them one by one. You're gonna wanna put your ISO on the lowest possible. Mine's at 50. If it's very dark outside or you're using a high strength ND filter, you might have issues focusing with autofocus, so switch over to manual, and you'll have a little slider in there that allows you to adjust the focus plane. There'll be something on there called focus peaking, which highlights in either a red or a green color what's in focus. So that can help you in low light. Otherwise, you can just tap and hold onto a spot, lock focus, then take your shots. For white balance, I set this at about 5600 Kelvin. That's your average daylight setting. If it's very cloudy out, maybe a bit higher. But it doesn't really matter because you should be shooting in RAW format. So you can shoot in JPEG to make it easier on you to edit and things like that, but you really should be shooting in RAW to get the most out of your camera. It'll give you the most dynamic range, which is the darkest to the lightest part of your photo, and it won't add a lot of computational editing that phones do in the background. So you can make those decisions later. And finally, the fun part, set your shutter speed to where you would like. Shutter speeds from anywhere from 10 to 30 seconds are gonna smooth out everything and make it look like glass. From 1 to 5 seconds, you'll start to see a little bit of texture. And anywhere from a 50th to a second, you're gonna be able to play with those different looks. That's really the heart of the range, where you can get really different looks with subtle changes. So the shutter speed is where the creativity really opens up and you can have a lot of fun. I like to shoot around a quarter second, eighth a second, depending on how fast the water is moving, but it really depends on the speed of the water that you're shooting and how you want it to look in the end. So most phones shoot in like a long, skinny aspect ratio, so I'm making sure to leave plenty of room on the tops and bottoms to crop. And the sun's just now starting to crack over the horizon, so the ND filter's really coming in handy now. Here, I've gotten low and real close to the rocks. I put like one of the channels where the water comes through right in the center of my frame. So I'm waiting for a big set wave and then hoping that cascades through the middle and then fills the bottom of my frame all with the beautiful textured water. Hopefully it comes out cool. Let's see. We're still shooting at a quarter second and ISO 50. All right, here comes a good one. Nailed it. Oh yeah, that was beautiful. So I'm just tapping my shutter button right now just to get some photos to show you guys, but you should absolutely be using a shutter release. You can even use a voice command, but you can use, hold on one sec. Oh yeah, baby. But you can use any Bluetooth device. You can use your earbuds with the button on it. You can use mostly anything to fire the shutter on the phone. But you want to do that to keep your tripod steady and so you don't have any shake and you don't get any blur when you're taking your photos, because when that shutter's open for so long, anything is magnified. Ooh, there's another tip. Not only do you want to get the water coming in, but when it's receding and drawing out, you can really use it to create lines that suck you through the scene and take you out to the ocean. So use the lines that are receding as well as the ones that are coming in. Both can offer really cool looks. So right now I'm still shooting at an eighth of a second, and that variable ND is allowing me to darken my lens. That allows me to keep my lens darker so that I can keep an eighth of a second shutter speed to get the water to look the way I want to. We're gonna get these back to editing. You never know. Don't let anybody ever tell you they know their shots are great. You never know until you get back to editing if they're any good, if they're worth anything. I can't tell you, the shots that I've taken that I thought were awesome were terrible, and I thought shots that were terrible were awesome, so you never know. We covered the basics here. We covered the camera settings that you need to use. We covered a couple pieces of gear you might want to use, like a tripod, an ND filter, circular polarizer, and that's going to reduce your glare. That can help. It's not necessary, but it gives you control over the sun glare off wet rocks or surfaces. Works best at 45 degrees to the sun, but that's not needed and a different topic. So all you really need is a tripod and a phone, and to get out real early or stay out real late when the light's really low, and you can get these shots. But if you add in a cheap ND filter, you can really open up a whole world of fun and shoot longer and control your shutter speeds. So let's go check out these shots, see if they turned out any good. So I think we got some cool shots with the phone. You can try this anywhere there's moving water, the ocean, the coast, rivers, waterfalls, and you can make some really cool photos. It just goes to show you, all you need is a phone, tripod, way to put your phone on the tripod, and you can go take some really cool creative shots. Add in a couple extra pieces like a ND filter, a circular polarizer, $5 each, and and you can make some really cool timeless art of your favorite local spots. So get out there and create, guys. And anything you make, send it my way. I'd love to see it. And we'll see you next time.